Hello, everyone. We're back. If you were watching earlier, we did a healing. We had a first part where we did a healing with some silver light. That was the preparation section. So it had two parts. The first part being healing on ourselves, where we accepted a ball of silver light. And now in this second part, we're actually, because of that silver light and that healing, we're now at a energetic level or energetic alignment where we can actually begin to send healing out to the world. So um, I'd suggest that you go back and watch the first part first, where we accept the silver light. And then, if you've done that, then we're going to now send healing out to the consciousness of the planet. So I feel like we're all now in a nice alignment because of that silver light. And what I'd actually like to do is I'm just going to find out how we're actually going to do that. Now we're in alignment. What actually happens is, even with a small shift, there's a little bit of a collective healing going on here. So what I mean by that is the people that are watching this video now and in the replay, we're all kind of healing together, although it's a little bit in different times whenever you watch it. For the people that are watching now and for the people that will watch the replay, we're kind of got a little collective group here. We're healing and shifting. We're healing our personal selves, which shifts our vibration. So by the shifting of our vibration, we're now in a better state to send healing out to the earth. I know I've said that, but they're leading into what we're going to do. So if we were to send healing out to the earth at a lower energy, it sometimes isn't as effective. So that's why they're bringing our energy up first. So that's good. So that in that way, we're kind of saying, okay, let's heal ourselves and then heal others. And in this case, that's what they're suggesting we do. And now we're in a better energetic shift, energetic alignment. We're ready to, I've said that a couple of times. They're getting to something. So we're actually healing now from a higher level, which is going to be a little bit more effective than what it would have been if we didn't have this silver light. So they're going to use us all, or they're going to, not use isn't the right word, we're going to be channels for light energy. We're going to all be channels for energy to send out to the world. Now, what they're actually doing is they're going to send light beings. Now, to me, I've been working with angels, and now light beings seem to be more of a interdimensional energy, similar to an angel. It's more got a little bit of extraterrestrial influence to it. I see as light beings. You could see them more as angelic if you like, but to me, a light being is kind of like a little bit more like an extraterrestrial energy. Now, what they're going to do, they're going to send light beings out to each person that's watching. So if you've had your silver energy, now you're going to get a light being. So the light beings coming down to connect with each person individually that's watching this video now and in the replay. So let's just, so everybody now, they're going to align you with a light being. So if you, I accept my alignment with the light being, or you could say higher being. I'm seeing them a little bit more like extraterrestrial type energies, Palladian perhaps, but you could kind of see them as angelic too if you felt more comfortable with angelic. I accept my alignment with the light being. So everybody that's watching now and in the replay, you're now being aligned with your own individual light being. And that light being is going to, we'll just do the alignment first. So I accept the alignment with the light being. You just need to say that for yourself. I allow myself to act as a conduit or an energy channel for the light being's energy. So the light being wants to channel energy through you out to really all of humanity. So each of us is doing that individually now. If you've just joined us, I'd suggest you go back and watch part 1, where we accept that silver light. And in this second part now, if you haven't done the silver light, then we're all individually being aligned with the light being. So what you will now need to say is, I accept my alignment with the light being, and I act as a channel of divine light for this light being. So the light being wants to channel through you energy out to the planet, to humanity. And when you're ready, you can then say, I choose to channel light to humanity. Yeah, you're kind of, just do it to the, don't overdo it. Trying to just think, just allow it to be done. I channel light to humanity. Could be to the conscious of humanity, just in whatever way feels right to you. I choose to be a channel of light for humanity. But in this case, the light being's working with you. I choose to be a channel of light for humanity. And just imagine you're allowing yourself to channel light through to people all around the earth, or whatever you feels comfortable. If you're getting too overwhelmed, just bring the energy down a little bit and just think, okay, I'll just do a little bit. Don't force yourself to do too much. And then, but on the other hand, you can ask for the energy to be a bit stronger if you feel that you want. If you're getting headaches or you feel a bit stressed, you perhaps are trying too hard, just make it a little simpler or ask for less energy to come through. On the other hand, you could ask for more if you think you're ready to channel more. Don't overdo it, just kind of ease into it a little bit. It may be a new experience for some of you. Don't put pressure on yourself like you have to heal the whole planet in one go. Just, it's kind of like a trial a little bit, so just see what happens. You may find that you really like it and come back and do it a second time and you feel more comfortable with channeling the energy. But what I've got is there's a light being sent to everybody at this time, and then we say, I connect to the light being. I choose to channel energy from the light being, divine light energy out to the consciousness of humanity. So it's almost like the light being's channeling through you, out your hands, or you could from your heart, and just imagine it's going to everybody in the planet. I act as a channel. I am a channel of divine light. It's coming from this light being. I am a channel of divine light. I choose to, it's kind of like I ask that this energy assists in shifting the consciousness of humanity. Something along those lines. Now that is a little bit new and unusual, but that's what my guides are showing me. So I kind of like it in a way myself. So you're just acting as a channel of light for humanity. And you can imagine, just while we're doing it all together, that light is coming out your hands or your body, and it's going to everybody on the planet, and it's aiding and assisting those that wish to shift their consciousness. Once again, a light being's coming for everybody that's watching. I choose to be a channel of divine light, and the light being's connecting with you and channeling energy through you out to all of humanity. It's actually very lovely. I feel quite peaceful in my being. It's almost like you can just be channeling. It feels like a small amount. You don't have to feel like, even though we're saying all of humanity, you can just channel a little bit, because a very small amount of this energy can help a lot of people. So you don't have to feel like you have to do huge amounts. But then again, if you feel like you want to, it's up to you. But just be aware that if you're channeling too much too soon, you may feel a little bit, overwhelmed. So just bring it back to a easy or manageable level. You may wish to just kind of do a trial run of this. It's quite like, here we go, all of the sudden. It's a bit like in your face kind of thing. Here's a light being, and they're channeling to humanity. But just see how you go. You can't really go wrong. What will happen is this will be a beautiful clearing for your own body. When you act as a channel for this type of light, you feel very healed, very peaceful, and very aligned. So you get into that space where you feel quite healed and beautiful and aligned. You know that you're kind of doing the work, and then you're sending it out to the consciousness of humanity. If you want to send it actually to the planet Earth, or to the weather systems, or something else, you're welcome to do that. I kind of feel like it's almost like the consciousness of humanity, preparing people that wish to shift their consciousness, that type of energy. But I know there's a lot of things going on with the environment and things like that. So it's all linked to the consciousness of humanity, really. But if you particularly want to send it to planet Earth, or to the weather, or to what the environment you may, I'm getting that it's for the shifting of the consciousness of humanity for those that are ready. I know it's kind of a big thing. We're kind of sending energy out to everybody on the planet, but it's kind of our intent. It's our intent that we aid and assist people that wish to shift their consciousness. So very, very lovely, people. Very well done. I feel like it's I'm just getting, don't do too much, because it's not just, we don't want to overwhelm ourselves, because it's kind of a big concept. So we're connecting with the light being, we're acting as a channel of divine light. So the light is coming through each person, and we're sending it out to the consciousness of humanity. As that energy passes through you and you act as a channel, you should feel nice and peaceful and soft. That's the kind of energy. It's actually quite a soft, peaceful energy. It almost feels, I was going to say, it almost feels like marshmallows or fluffy clouds. It's that type of energy I feel. And it does have a feeling of not too powerful, but it is powerful, if that makes sense. It's a soft energy. It's not like a wham, wake up energy. It's more like a soft, encouraging, peaceful energy. That's what I'm feeling, but you may feel something different. It is my free will and choice to connect with this light being and act as a channel of light to help shift the consciousness of humanity. If the idea of the consciousness of humanity is a little bit big, you can just pick a smaller group of people, like maybe Australia or your city or town. If the idea of the consciousness of the whole of humanity is a little bit much, and it kind of get a little bit overwhelmed, we'll just bring it back to a level where you feel comfortable. You might want to say, I send it out to my country, or I send it out to my friends and family. If that feels a little bit more comfortable, then you would say something like, I act as a channel of light for this light being to send light to my friends and family. That might be a little bit softer, but I actually was getting to the well, this is the world healing. We're actually healing the consciousness of humanity with this energy. I accept the alignment with the light being. I choose to act as a channel of light for humanity, that type of thing. Now, as we connect with it, there will be a closing off in a minute. So then we will say thank you, and the light being will make its way wherever. You can call then the light being back if you want to do it again at another time. It's not necessarily an ongoing thing where you do it every day, but you could. So there will be, towards the end, we'll say thank you to the light being, and the light being will be dismissed. If you wanted to do it again, you could call on the light being and do it again. I think there are many different types of light beings. As with angels, there are many different types of angels. In this particular case, this light being was chosen. It's a particular type of light being that is very good at channeling energy to shift consciousness. So this light being that came was specifically for that. I do feel like we got one light being per person. Sometimes it's like one being can connect to all of us and do the work. I feel like we got one light being per person. So there was probably a group of light beings that come down and connected with us all. So each person got their own individual light being for this process. I ask to be a channel of divine light to help shift the consciousness of humanity. Very well done, everybody. it's very, very, the silver light was, I was going to say it was important. It also blended very nicely into what we're doing now. So I feel like we really needed that silver light in the beginning to allow us to be able to do that. So well done if you've followed me through part one and now through part two. It is quite a journey. It's quite simple, but it is quite a journey. It should, I feel like you may in the next couple of days get some very interesting insights into your own life, perhaps around your own purpose. Not necessarily, but that's kind of what I'm feeling. Because when you're channeling light, like we're doing, channeling light through us, or having the intent, it does bring healing to ourselves, and actually can receive insights over the next few days as a result of channeling the energy. I'm just going to read this comment. Renee said, "Thank you. It was beautiful." Yes, it was. It was, and it is. I think it's still going. Actually, you don't have to sort of do too much either. Once you feel like you've done it, you can sort of have a rest. But I feel like we're still going. You don't have to do too much. Don't feel pressured into thinking I have to channel a lot of light. But then if you're feeling like you want to, you certainly can. But I think it's very easily to get overwhelmed when we're first doing these things. But if you're comfortable with it, just let the energy flow. The other thing is we can let it flow stronger if we're quite comfortable with it. The energy may come through stronger. So just see how you go. I choose to be a strong, powerful channel of energy for the light beings, for the divine light from the light beings. You can actually turn it up a little bit and see how you feel, just as long as you're comfortable with the energy. I feel like the energy is just flowing through me at a nice pace. I have felt stronger energies in other things. I have felt weaker energies. It's kind of like a medium type, soft, fluffy energy. That's what I'm feeling. It may feel a little different to you because we have got many light beings here assisting each one of us. Each person has their own individual light being. I choose to be a channel of light for the light beings, and now we're it's, I feel like it's slowing down now. So thank you very much. We'll just let that go for a little bit longer, and then perhaps I'll say goodbye to the light beings and we'll finish off for this evening. So thanks very much for joining us. The energy's still coming through. We're not finished quite yet. How's everybody going? Renee said it was beautiful. Yes, it is. I feel quite clear after that as well. It's interesting how these things work as we channel the light for other people, and at a high level, because we actually did a little healing on ourselves first to reach a higher level. You may find that things made clear from your life as a result of that, but it's not really our intent, but that happens sometimes. So thank you everybody for joining us. If you feel you're done now, say thank you to your light being. Thank you light beings for coming down and assisting us in being channels for shifting the consciousness of humanity. Thank you to the light beings. As I said, you can call them back at any time. If you want to continue the work, you can just watch this video again, or you can just do it yourself. I feel, as I said before, this light being was particularly for us to help shift the consciousness of humanity. There are other light beings that do other things. These were specially chosen for us to work with this evening. Very good, everybody. Thank you to the light beings. Now, what will happen is, what I feel, Vicky said thank you. Christy said thank you. Renee said thank you thank you to the light beings. Yes, true. Thank you to the light beings. Now, you may feel that they're leaving your energy field, or you may feel a change of energy when they go. And that's interesting because that is a sign that you actually did connect to them very well. So we're just saying goodbye now. I feel like they're kind of moving away from us. You may feel a little energy change. That's okay. Thank you very much for working with us. When we did this sort of thing years ago, when I first started, we did do a cutting off sometimes of energies. Now, I don't kind of like that word cutting off, but the reason that we would do that is just to then disconnect their energy from ours, because we need to function in the physical. If we don't disconnect, we can be a little bit dizzy and ungrounded and spacey, and it can mean that we're still channeling when we need to kind of, I guess there needs to be a point where we stop, because we've got to live in the physical and be grounded and really come back to the physical to do our work here. Although it's lovely being up in that energy and channeling, I feel like today we may need to do a little bit of a disconnect. I used to say cutting off, but disconnect from the being, just so we're back in our physical bodies. Yeah, my head was sore and pulsating. Yes, that could be, Renee, that we're just overdoing it a little bit, but that's okay, because we've got to get used to these things, and we're just sort of ease off a little bit and back into a more gentle alignment with it. And we're finished now anyway, so we're disconnecting from the being. We're saying thank you very much. And yeah, so that's very good, everybody. Isn't it interesting? When I disconnected from the being, I could feel quite an energy shift, and I feel quite back into my physical body now. When I'm channeling and doing that work, it's like I'm being told things continuously while I'm doing it, and I feel very much more now into my physical body, like I'm a normal Tony and not the channel. So I'm not sure if you can all feel that a little bit for yourselves, because you all also asked to be channels. So let's just get comfortable back in our physical body. It's almost like we come together with these light beings and create a beautiful light. Then we need a time where we sort of disconnect and come back to ourselves, into our physical body. So just be present once again in your physical body. I just kind of touch, that kind of helps us ground and alignment with our physical body. I do sometimes this winding. It's almost like winding us down, bringing our energy. I guess we've got to bring our energy down a little bit, because we're quite high vibrational while we're doing that kind of work. So just be aware that we're grounding, we're coming back into our physical body. And to a certain extent, we're adjusting our energy back to the physical. So just be aware of all those things. Rub the bottoms of your feet if you like, or go out and touch something in nature and just complete your grounding. But very well done, everybody. I feel that was very beautiful. I think the energy was very nice, and the collective energy of this group tonight was especially nice. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. So that's very, very good. And thank you to all the light beings. And that, as I said, is something that we could do at another time as well. You can either just do it yourself, or take yourself through that silver light and then into the connecting with the light being. So thank you very much, everybody. I do feel like we contributed to the shift of consciousness of humanity. Is there any questions to finish off with? Does anybody have any questions or any comments about what we just did? How are you feeling? Just write me a message. Or if anybody had a question or concern about something that's going on in their life that they need a little bit of guidance or assistance, I'm happy to answer probably just one question before we go. Renee, I'm a newbie. Well, thank you very much for joining, Renee. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope your head is a little better. It may have just been while the energy was coming through that you felt that pulsating. So thanks very much. I think usually we've got a few more, but it was the woman's socket kind of night tonight. But for some reason, I felt I still had to do the healing. The energy just feels good tonight. So thank you for joining us, Renee. Thank you, Vicky. Vicky, thank you very much for joining us. If anybody had a message or anything, anything that they needed help with before I go, I'm happy to tune in and ask my guides if you needed any specific help with anything in your life. If not, looks like we're done for this evening. So I'm happy to answer any questions about anything. But otherwise, we're just about done, I think. Yeah, it feels like that. It feels like we're done. I might just choose a card just before Christy said, feeling grounded now. Thank you. That was a good practice. You're very welcome. Just to finish off with, I'm going to choose a card from one of my card decks just to finish off. I'll go and get it now. I won't be a moment. I've been seeing this card deck again. I seem to use that one quite a lot in my videos, and I'm just getting to choose a card from the past life deck, which seems a little unrelated to what we've been doing. But anyway, I'm going to choose a card from the past life cards before we go, and then we're done. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Just one card, and then we're going. From the past life cards, very interesting. Vicky said, I love this. Yeah, I like it too. It's very nice deck. Doreen Virtue and I don't know if you can see that with the light. Doreen Virtue and Dr. Brian Weiss. So he's an expert in past life regressions. If you ever get a chance to do any of his work, I think he's one of the best. Brian Weiss, WEISS, past life therapist. I saw him live once and did a live regression with like 100, maybe 500 people. It was amazing. But as we move more and more into our spiritual, Renee said she reads tarot. Oh, very good, Renee. I actually do tarot as well. I used to teach tarot as well, but I've gone kind of more into channeling. So without using cards, I just seem to receive the messages that I need. But I sometimes, as like now, I get guided to use the tarot or a deck of cards. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to ask, just to finish off with that, a card comes through that is for the highest good in love and light for everybody watching. My voice is a little different too from when I was channeling, kind of channeling or receiving guidance. I'm more back into my physical self now. You might even sense a bit of I guess a lower vibration in a way, because we do exist on the physical at a lower level than the light beings and the spiritual beings. They're of a higher vibration. And when we connect to them, our vibration does increase. You may notice now that they've gone, my vibration is a little lower. I'm speaking a little differently too, I've noticed. Anyway, stop shuffling and I'll choose a card in love and light that is for the highest good for us all. The arts. The arts. Let me read. I'm going to read it exactly out of the book. I feel that's what we need to hear. So here is our message to finish off with. Let me see how we find that, because that's okay. I was looking up A for arts, but it's under T for the arts. Here we go. I'm just going to read it from the guidebook, The Arts. You have artistic and creative talents that desire expression. This card comes to you as a sign that you would do well in an occupation relating to the arts. It also indicates that you were involved in the arts in prior lifetimes, which can explain your natural talents in the present. As a prodigy, you have artistic skills that are innate and don't require training or the need to practice. These inherent abilities have been passed down from prior lifetimes. It's important to explore and give yourself permission to unleash your artistic side. This could lead to a lucrative career or a fulfilling hobby. So take the arts and crafts classes and follow your inner guidance about creativity. I've just got a little bit of guidance come through there that I would just like to add in. I think it was actually said in that card, but I just want to say that sometimes when we have talents and abilities from past lives that we aren't aware of, we can say, higher self, please activate our talents and abilities. Yeah, something Renee said, very timely and spot on. Yes, I'm even resonating to that. I've been getting a little bit more about needing to express myself artistically as well. So that was needed. What I was thinking was sometimes we can say, higher self, please activate my past life talents and abilities. When we think there might be something there that sometimes we don't know about. I just feel like to finish off with, we can say, higher self, please activate or bring forth any talents or abilities that we have from past lives. Please bring them forth now so we can understand and use them. It's our free will and choice now to activate any past life talents or abilities. I think that'll do. You get what I mean. So that's what I wanted to do to just finish off with. Just to finish off with for this evening. Oh, isn't this funny? I've got a feeling to do another card. I was ready to go. I'm ready to go, but I feel like I've got to do one more card. I'm not going to go until I've finished. One more card before we go. I'm just going to pick a card from the Goddess deck. What have we got here? Chris is my highest grade subject in history. Yeah, that's something like me. I did, Christy. I did music. I did music in high school, and I haven't gone back to it. So I'm kind of the same. Maybe we should go back and do something. I'm going to pick a card now from that. Did I show you that? The Goddess Guidance Oracle cards, and this will finish us off for this evening. I just ask that this card that comes through be for the highest good in love and light for everybody watching. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. One more card before we finish. Highest good in love and light. Gives us time to calm down after the beautiful channeling, that beautiful energy. Here we go. Lakshmi, that's a lovely card. Bright future. And the message on the bottom is, stop worrying. Everything is going to be fine. Isn't that nice? I'll just read that from the book. I think that's probably the message, good message to finish off with. Stop worrying. Everything's going to be fine. That would be a lovely way to finish off, actually. I'm just going to read it and then we're done. Oh gosh, I'm having trouble with finding things. This is a kind universe, and everyone within it is working in your favor. There are no tests, blocks, or obstacles in your way except your own projections of fear onto your future. Take a moment and hush your mind, quieting it from worries and fears. Feel me brush your brow, that's Lakshmi, with a new energy of faith, hope, and optimism. These energies fuel your exciting present time as well as all future moments. Why would you wish darkness upon yourself when light shines all around you? Step into this brightness by lightening your thoughts. You must stop worrying, as this anxiety squelches the goodness that you seek. Clear your heart of fear. Replace these energies with ones that serve you. Refuse to think of anything except your bright today and tomorrow, and I promise you it shall be so. Lakshmi is the beautiful, benevolent Hindu goddess who brings abundance to all those who call upon her. I think that all we needed to know is stop worrying, everything's going to be fine. That's the message. Okay, everybody, now we're finished. We must needed to know that. Actually, I call upon the power of Lakshmi, to the goddess Lakshmi, to be here now and just to send healing light to everybody for abundance. Was the goddess of abundance. Just calling on the healing power of Lakshmi to send out beautiful healing light to everybody watching for abundance, and to help us to stop worrying. Thank you, Lakshmi. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for the light beings coming. If anybody would like to write a comment on their experience on my page, I'd really appreciate that. That's on my light frequency healing page, where you can put like comments or a review of how you experienced this evening. That would be great. Otherwise, if you had any message. You feel free to send me a private message if you had any other things that you wanted to just chat about tonight. I do private healing sessions, and you can book them in. Just send me a message and we can book that in. We do those over Zoom or other video call. They work pretty good. Or if you're in the Wagga Wagga area, I'm in Wagga Wagga. I'm sometimes in Sydney. I could see you in person, but otherwise it's over Zoom or Skype, and do a lovely healing session together if you feel you need that. But other than that, thank you all very much for joining us, and lovely to have you all here. I'll try and do these regularly, at least once a month, maybe two if I can fit them in. But you can always go back and watch the old ones as well. Sometimes some of the old lives can be of assistance with the healing energy that comes through. But anyway, thank you to Lakshmi. Thank you to the light beings. Thank you all, the beautiful light beings that joined us. What have we got here? Renee said, breathe that in. Vicky said, beautiful message. Thank you, Lakshmi. Thank you, Danny. Good night, sweet dreams. And catch. Oh, yes, I'll see you tomorrow. Vicky's doing her session tomorrow. Okay, everybody. Thanks very much. Thank you all for joining us. And we'll look forward to hopefully seeing you in the next live in a couple of weeks. Okay, everybody. Lots of love and bye for now. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye.